Hello, this is Colin Dawson with another edition of Lockdown Movie Reviews, and I've got a great one for you. It's hidden away, and even though certain people will say that all the anime movies right now just seem to be episodes strung together and everything else, I will say Demon Slayer and the Journey to the Swordsmith Village was very good. I think the anime and the thought processes inside of it are very wonderful and everything. Uh, I think that what happens in it with the violence and the seriousness, you might want to check it at about like the 10-year-old to 13-year-old, see if it's okay for them and everything else. It does deal with a lot of situations that are very much into martial arts, military, individual people to teams being sent out to hunt down demons and other situations such as that, and the training that they go through and areas they have to go in order to receive the best equipment and everything else, hence the Swordsmith's Village. And the main character in this is a very wonderful young person. He wants to rescue his sister from being cursed by a demon to turn into one, and carries her around in a box on his back. And while it seems a little bit different with everything, that he sometimes fights the demons, with this huge wooden box on his back containing his demon sister with scrolls and enchantments on her so that she won't hurt anybody or do anything like that. And he has a friend that has a bit of comic relief, is like the super strong, but now and then he fails at it. A guy with a head of a pig, and honestly, he's a little bit kind of drawn cute and like cuddly and everything. And then he has another friend with yellow hair that's kind of a little bit out there, and the guy that's always going to charge forward gung ho into whatever. And they're kind of under the tutelage of this really well-renowned demon slayer. And in the movie, he has his entourage of women that they refer to as his wives, and he's a very interesting character for what he has in parts of it. As it is, by the end of the movie, he's retired, and he recommends them to take over for him. They have a mystical way of keeping up with everything and showing their different kills and everything else they have to do. And they send off for recognition, and they are taken back and forth between the different areas where they're sent out and healed back up and sent back out on other missions. It seems a little flat in it, but the banter in it actually keeps people coming back and forth. It really is the dialogue, I think, in this, and a few of the moral thought processes. It is an anime movie where you get into the minds of the characters, even the demons, and how they became from small, poor areas, and the brother was always hungry and he was a collections person, but he hurt too many people. And his sister was beautiful, and she hurt a samurai and he lit her on fire ritualistically. And he couldn't get back there in time to help her or anything, and he sold his soul over to a demon, and they became underneath him and became very powerful. In this, it shows the demon's lair where they are regrouping after it, and there will be probably another releasement of another movie. And they are very much an interesting group, the demons. It plays on many different things, from culture, from Europe to India to Japan, and on around. Excuse me. And while anyone can join the Demon Slayer units, they do have to go through rigorous training. They do have to meet certain standards. And there is all sorts of rivalries that show up in throughout it whenever they reach the Swordsmith Village. And while it's not all sword fighting and banter and things such as that. There are times where it is happy friends reunions, seeing who's left around, excuse me, and finding out what's happened to everyone and who's still around. And there's a little bit of, like, in a way, while it is a children's movie, it has a little bit of a military theme to it, where people show up and their grief is how they portray it. And then their vindictiveness, their competition with each other, and other things. As things go along, everything progresses, and they're left one step closer to the cure for his sister. And I have to say, this is a movie I recommend. Would I go out and see it if I wasn't into the genre? Probably not. But there it is. Another edition of Lockdown Movie Reviews.